Hey guys, what's going on? SE Rock. What? Seriously, why didn't you tell me to cut? Hey guys, what's going on? SE Rocks here with you once again, bringing you guys a new review video. This one isn't so much retro as it is something that's just got a lot of buzz going right now, so I figured I'd give you my opinion, my review on it. Obviously, I'm talking about Bird Box. You can tell by my little bloopers to start the video. The memes for this thing are hilarious. If you're on Facebook or even Instagram, check them out. They're quite funny. You kind of have to see the movie to have an idea of what they are. I seen all the memes before I even seen the movie. I was kind of late to the game. I'm seeing the movie. I was torn on whether I wanted to or not. I have to be in the right mood for certain movies. This one, it's getting a lot of flack, a lot of mixed reviews. People are saying it's a ripoff of A Quiet Place or The Happening. First off, my opinion on that is all movies are ripoffs of other movies. A lot of them have the same premise, character development, everything. I don't really see this one as a ripoff of A Quiet Place as much as I do personally. I think it's a lot like Dawn of the Dead, the remake, one of my favorite movies, definitely my favorite remake. I see a lot of the characters in Bird Box remind me a lot of the characters in Dawn of the Dead. That's just what it clicked up here as a Dawn of the Dead. Not really a ripoff, but maybe paying homage to it, I think. I don't really see why there's so much hate towards this movie, like calling it a ripoff and stuff. I really think it's just people have to hate something or, complain about it, and that's what I'm seeing. I even seen one thing, there was a couple people were saying it was like the Blair Witch Project, which is also one of my favorite movies. I know a lot of people don't really care for that one either. I see like nothing that resembles the Blair Witch Project besides maybe like the demon that... by the way, spoilers too. There might be a couple spoilers in here for you, those of you who haven't seen Bird Box yet. If you haven't seen it, turn off the video, go watch it. I do give my seal of approval. I did enjoy this movie. I do feel that it was probably like a half hour, maybe too long. There were just drawn out scenes, maybe scenes that didn't need to be in there. I think there's like a whole sequence of events that they were just pointless, didn't need to be in there. I'll get to that in a second. It has a really stellar cast. It's got Sandra Bullock. I see a lot of people saying the Bird Box lady. If you're old like me, you remember her from Speed. Most specifically, I remember her from Demolition Man. Movies like that. Trevante Rhodes plays Tom, who's I guess her love interest at some point during the film. Really good acting in this movie, I have to say. Sandra Bullock, of course, is always great. Trevante Rhodes, does a really good job. And as far as character development goes, there's not a lot of it. I feel that they really kind of just threw everybody together. It's one of those movies where, it's a group of people stuck in a place. And, you have to hurry up and try to develop those characters as quick as you can. And I don't feel that they did it as strongly as they could have. I feel as though a couple characters could have just gone by the wayside. MGK's character was terrible in this movie. I can't remember who his girlfriend was. But that whole scene with them leaving, again, spoilers, it didn't help the movie at all. I mean, you knew what was going to happen before it happened type thing. And his character was just bad. His girlfriend's character was just bad. Some of the worst acting in the movie, probably. And I think if you would have took that out, it probably would have helped shorten the movie down. And there were a couple scenes, like in the woods and stuff, I feel like they were just drawn on too far. If you get bored easily, you might get bored with this movie, because it's a lot of... you've seen it before. I will say that a lot of this movie you have seen before in other movies. But it's done differently, and the cinematography is outstanding in this movie, especially for a Netflix movie. I'd like to say that too. Netflix is coming guns blazing with all their content. They have amazing TV series. Their original stand-up specials they do, I love. I'm big on stand-up comedy, and they put out great ones. And their movies are starting to get a lot better. I mean, they signed a deal with like Adam Sandler a while ago, and Adam Sandler, sorry for you fans out there, but Adam Sandler is garbage. He hasn't done anything good, I don't know, ever. As an adult, I don't find any of his humor funny anymore. But getting back to the cast, Lil Rev plays Charlie. He's like your one-off character. They build him up just enough to where you care about him. And then, something bad happens to where you're like, oh man, he was like my one character in there. You knew he was going to die, but you didn't want him to. You seen it coming, like, no, don't do it, and it happens. Again, MGK character's bad. Amy Gumanik plays in this movie. She's like one of my little celebrity crushes. She plays Cupid in Arrow. She does an okay job, I guess. Again, all these supporting characters, they don't really get built up. There's a couple. John Malkovich's character, he plays who does he play? Who's he play? Douglas. He plays Douglas. His character gets built up. He's the asshole. Pardon my language. He's that guy that everybody hates because he's just a huge douchebag. He reminds me a lot of the character in Dawn of the Dead, the rich, pompous, jerk. He's the guy you have to hate. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of Dawn of the Dead. Like each of these characters, there's a pregnant woman in this movie. There's a pregnant woman in Dawn of the Dead. It reminds me a lot of that, more so than The Happening or A Quiet Place. Tom Hollander plays Gary, he's probably my favorite character besides Sandra Bullock. He plays like your offshoot evil. I think I have to go back and watch the movie just to like get a full grasp on who he is and what he is. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but he's bad. But his character is done really well. I really enjoyed his character. I wish we would have seen more of him. And another negative about the movie is that there's this group that they end up fighting. Not really fighting so much, but they find out there's another group of people, and you kind of catch glimpses of them throughout the movie. And at the end, towards the end, they end up having to fight this group. And nothing's really said about this group so much. There's no rhyme or reason as to why they're there and they're not being possessed or whatever is going on in Birdhouse. I'm still kind of torn on how I feel about that whole thing. That probably could have just been taken out or developed better, given a little backstory onto why this was happening. The ending, I'll jump to the ending. I disappointed, I guess. I feel as though it should have ended on a cliffhanger or more of like a firm ending. It was just kind of there. It was, they make it to where they're going and, that's the end. And in my own head, I was thinking of ways, it definitely could have ended on a cliffhanger. There was like 3 things I was like, okay, I was waiting for it to happen, and none of them happened, which was kind of a disappointment. All in all, I did enjoy the movie. I'm surprised because I'm the type of person that if I'm not interested, like 10 minutes into a movie, I'll turn it off. And that's just how I am. And I'll try to go back to them sometimes, and most of the time I don't. But this one, I gave it a chance. It's slow paced. If you're not, if you're looking for, fast action, it's not going to be this movie. Like I said, it does pull from other films. If you don't have a problem with that, then check it out. Because even all your superhero movies are pulling from other superhero movies. It's just how it goes. That's how music is the same way. If you want to see like a thriller type, suspenseful movie, I definitely recommend Bird Box on Netflix. It's a great movie. It's not phenomenal, but it's passable. It kept me interested, which takes a lot, so that's why I figured I had to do this video. I see a lot of people, hating on it. I think it's just a cool thing to do right now is to hate on Bird Box because it's, it's the huge thing right now. So, yeah, go check it out. Thanks for checking out my video. Like, comment. Tell me what you guys thought of the movie. Did you think it was just a ripoff? Did you enjoy it? Have you not seen it yet? Agree, disagree with me? Like my video. Go like my SE Rocks Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube page. I got some things in the works. I'm super excited about something coming up in March that I just got an opportunity to do. So I'm bringing things at you guys. Keep supporting me. I really appreciate it. Keep rocking.